Hey everyone, as regular viewers will know, I don't normally do any kind of videos, preview videos. I tend to just focus on post-match kind of reviews, that kind of stuff, and sometimes I talk about topical stuff that may be going on. But it's the North London Derby, it's a North London Derby, and I'm excited. I'm excited because it's the North London Derby. It's a game that we absolutely love, but it's also a game that we absolutely hate. Your heart's pumping, you're stressing out, you're on the edge of your seat until the end of the game. But all of that is driven not only from the passion of the game, but also from the fact that it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter where they are. What matters is it's the North London Derby and anything could happen. Form goes out of the window and everyone has that opportunity. We see it last night where, let's be honest, none of us really saw Everton beating Liverpool. We thought that this would be more pressure back on Arsenal for the title race with Liverpool coming up right behind them and keeping that pressure on. But this has given them a bit of breathing space, right? So their confidence is going to be high. They are absolutely flying, aren't they? And it's really, really frustrating. And it makes you want to bite your own tongue off when you have to give praise to that club, because it's really, really frustrating. It's frustrating that to see them doing so well and being, so close to getting a title at the same time as seeing them play decent football, scoring goals for fun and stuff like that. So it's really, really, really frustrating situation. We, on the other hand, are going through a really difficult patch, having just been stuffed 4-0 by Newcastle and playing poorly, and now being hit with yet another injury of one of our key players. And I know some people will call out and say, Udogie, whatever his name is not a key player, hasn't been playing well, blah, blah, blah. But the reality is, at the beginning of the season, he was flying and had some really good games and played really, really well. Every player is going to have dips. Every player is going to come under pressure. But in the first game against Arsenal, he did really, really well against Saka. Against Liverpool, he did really, really well against Salah. So there's nothing to say that he couldn't have done the same in this game. That he couldn't have raised his game and really got off to a flyer. So he'll be a miss. He'll absolutely be a miss. And so we're in a situation now where, we haven't got all of our best players out there, and the depth of our squad, we all know, is poor. That we haven't got enough in our locker. We haven't got enough in our locker for the Premier League, let alone for European football, which we are really striving for. And it's still within our grasp, although feels like it's slipping away slowly. But listen, let's not focus on that. Let's focus on this game and what could be the outcome, Because it's one of those where anything could happen, you're also in a situation where you think to yourself, well, what's going to tip the balance? Like for me, I guess one of the key things I think we need to be aware of is not to lose our heads, not to get dragged into that being over passionate and losing your cool, which is what generally happens in these games. If you look back at the Chelsea game, we stitched ourselves up to a certain extent because we let the pressure and the expectation get to us, and they tried too hard and overreached and threw it away and ended up getting tanked because we were still trying to win the game. And let's not forget, if Eric Dyer's goal had been allowed, we would have been in a really good position. So, the scoreline flatters them. So what I'm saying is, we need to be careful not to get dragged into that. This is the players I'm talking about. They need to be careful to concentrate on their job, to play their game. Don't get sucked into it. Don't get into a situation like Holding did, where he got himself sent off that time, which really helps us, but it could have easily have gone the other way. Him and Sonny were having a right old battle, and for two pennyworth, it could have gone the other way, and we could have been looking at a different result there. So that's the thing for me. I think we need to concentrate, play our game, concentrate on what we need to do, and do the things that we do well. We need to make sure that Maddison's in the game. We need to make sure that he's controlling the game and making sure we're moving that ball quickly. We're getting to putting them under pressure, getting on board early, and making sure that they don't have time to play the ball, pop it around us and absolutely beat us with pace. Because they are a good footballing side. We've seen that. Chelsea have just been smashed by them by 5. And I know Chelsea aren't a particularly good team at the moment. But again, come the Tuesday when we're playing them, they will absolutely raise their game and make that a really difficult game for us. So it's all to play for. You've got to really think about this and really concentrate on doing the right things the right way and making sure you're not getting dragged into that over passionate, losing your head scenario, which invariably happens. I think the crowd will be really, really important as well. The atmosphere in the stadium hasn't been what it's been. We've had some good times there. The atmosphere was improving. I know the guys who do the flags have worked hard to try to do that. I know they did a tifo before and so on, and they've really tried to raise that. We've got the drummer, you've got the trumpet bloke, but ultimately it still falls back to the fans to sing, to make a noise, to get behind the team, especially if we invariably go one down. We've got to make sure that we keep that momentum, we keep that belief that the players keep on going, because we've come from losing positions so many times, and we've won games where we've come from behind and we've gone on right till that last minute. So, the crowd is going to be really, really important for this. It's a stupid 2:00 kickoff. They do that just to stop you having a really good time, drinking too much and all the rest of it. But ultimately, whatever time of the day it is, day or night, wherever it is, this is Tottenham versus Arsenal. It's at our ground. We want to make it uncomfortable. We want to put them under pressure. They've got the league to fight for. They're going for the title. We need to disrupt that. We need to stop that from happening. But it's just one of the games. So we have to keep our heads about it. Not worry about what's happening with them. Let's worry about what's happening with us. We want to secure European football for next season, because that will give us the opportunity to look at our squad, improve our squad even further and so on, regardless of whether that's Champions League, Europa League, whatever it might be. We've got to make sure that we are striving for that progression back into a European competition. And for me, and I know lots will disagree with me, that is still progression. Bearing in mind we've had no European football this season, and how many days have we been dicked around with midweek games because it's the easy option. I've missed out on so many games this season, all because they've been moved to a midweek, because not all fans live next to the stadium, Sky TV or TNT TV or BBC or ITV or Channel 4 or whoever else you are. We don't all live 10 minutes from the stadium. Some of us live distance, different countries even, and we get messed about because we haven't got European football and it's the easy option to move us to a Tuesday or a Thursday or a Friday. I digress, I apologise. But as you can see, I'm passionate, I am enthusiastic, and I am jacked up for the North London derby, and I can't wait for it. Unfortunately, we may spend time watching it like this or like this, but let's hope at the end of it all, we're like this and we can have some celebrations in the ground afterwards. Fingers crossed. I'll be at the game. If you see me, say hello. I've got some badges that I posted that I'm going to give away. If you see me, ask me, Lee, got a spare badge? If I have still got some left over, you can have one. I'll leave it there. Up the Spurs.